Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Photovoice presentation. My name is Shoshana Mostoller, and I'm the Director of Programs for My Dog is My Home. This session shares a Photovoice project that was developed by our social work intern, Latise Benn, and storytellers connected to My Dog is My Home. Through photographs and personal reflections, participants highlight the bond between people who have experienced homelessness and their companion animals. For many individuals, pets are not just animals, they are family. They're sources of emotional support, of safety, and stability during difficult times. Using the photo voice approach, storytellers captured images that reflect their experiences. The strength of their human animal bond, the challenges faced when housing and shelter systems do not allow pets, these stories help to bring visibility to an overlooked reality where many people are forced to choose between safe shelter and staying with the animals they love. This session will explore how storytelling and participatory methods like Photovoice can elevate lived experience, shift public narratives, and support advocacy for more humane and inclusive housing policies. By centering the voices of people directly impacted by homelessness and pet restrictions, the project highlights why pet-inclusive shelter and housing solutions are critical to creating systems that treat both people and their animals with dignity and respect. First, I'm going to introduce Elizabeth Rose. She will share her photos with us. She's a survivor and advocate. Elizabeth survived 11 years of child abuse to escape and find herself in a 5-year abusive relationship. URI, Urban Resource Institute, and PALS assisted her with her journey, changing her life from surviving to thriving, and gave her a safe space for her whole family, her daughter Hazel, and her cat baby.
Hi, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Rose. This is my first picture I'm presenting to you all. This is our second day in shelter. My abuser was threatening to throw my cat out onto the Brooklyn street. I was scared and afraid for his safety. The PALS program told me to go with an officer to get him. And when we got back to the emergency shelter, I arrived with a cage, litter, box, and everything, food. I love this picture. This is Hazel and BB at the emergency shelter on a rollout cot. BB always hid under the bed while we lived with my abuser, scared and afraid of the noise. After escaping, he was able to freely walk around and sleep peacefully by Hazel's side. He is not only my emotional support animal, but my daughter Hazel's too. This photo represents our safe home after searching for years of stable housing. This painting has everyone's handprint, including our cat BB, from our first ever housewarming party we hosted in August 2025. This photo is a family portrait of my entire family after surviving domestic violence and homelessness. Together, we heal each other through BB's companionship, through my daughter Hazel's, and my mental health needs. We are beyond grateful to have BB for over 11 years now, and in a current family portrait, BB is my spiritual guide. So this recipe was created for my cat BB to help him cope with his anxiety. I first started baking while in the domestic violence shelter as a form of therapy, but this also benefited my cat and myself.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now we're going to move on to Gae. Gae Greene lives in Los Angeles with her beautiful dog, Sheena. Some of you met Gae and Sheena yesterday when they joined us for this session that they did. She enjoys cooking, reading, and spending time playing with Sheena. Gae has worked as an addiction therapist and has shared her lived experience of homelessness with her dog through My Dog is My Home.
Hello, everyone. So this is Sheena in our cubicle on our first day at PATH shelter. And I remember feeling grateful to have a safe place to be with my dog. And she was standing right in front of the cubicle. And this is Sheena out on a adventure with me for that day. And Sheena's happy to be enjoying playtime at the shelter. without the dangers or fears of homelessness. And I feel it's imperative to be able to keep our pets during our shelter life, because these, animals have been our shoulder to cry on, our source of unconditional love, and our protection while we were homeless. They deserve a new chance of life, just as we do as human beings. And this is Sheena. She's sleeping after getting rubs and hugs and a brand new bandana from the shelter staff. And I'm grateful Sheena has been able to remain with me was able to remain with me during our journey to permanent housing, and we made it home thanks to Path, and my dog is my home. And we were finally able to afford a bed for Sheena while being supported by Path. Our daily essentials, our daily essentials were provided as well, and Sheena can finally rest in a safe environment.
Thank you so much, Gae. I appreciate you sharing. And now we're going to move on to Deborah's slide. I'm going to be reading Deborah's slides for her. Deborah Chalew is a longtime resident of Los Angeles, originally from Boston. After working for decades in two satisfying careers, first in post-production as an assistant editor with the Motion Picture Editors Guild, and then as a pre-licensed MFT intern working with children and families in foster care, she is directing her energies towards doing something else she loves, writing, with her best friend Ollie always by her side. Deborah is an advocate for My Dog is My Home, with personal experience having her first dog that passed in October of 2024, Cooper, by her side through a few years of homelessness from 2022 to 2024. She recognized how much we need our pets with us through those trying times, and even more, how much they need to be with us. Oops, sorry. So this is Cooper, and she wrote, "Once in a while, you will meet a friend who will be your friend forever. He is with you through almost everything, and being of service was his pleasure. Suddenly you're faced with sadness as he's called for other duty. The precious time and all you shared came to a halt so cruelly. Through the loss that came a gift I could swear was sent by Cooper, a curly ball of energy, Ollie, my new trooper. And a special thanks to LA Family Housing for allowing dogs to be safely sheltered with their owners." So now we're going to move on to Lisa. Lisa Sperber grew up in New Paltz, New York, where pets like her dog Grizzle and her parakeet Leonard Bernstein held a special place in her heart. From a young age, she was surrounded by art and music, frequenting museums, taking piano lessons at age 5, learning the clarinet at 9, and the oboe at 12. Lisa earned a bachelor's degree in psychology and education and a master's in therapeutic recreation, which she now draws on in her work with nursing homes and rehabilitation centers. She brings together her love of dance, museums, and theater with her passion for music, performing in a gospel choir, a classical choir, and collaborating with a jazz group as part of her work with people experiencing homelessness. Believing that music is universal and speaks to everyone in a different way, Lisa uses the arts to connect, heal, and inspire. Oops. Lisa, are you ready to? Oh,
yes,
sorry.
yes. This is my pet Marvin, sleeping with me on the park bench. His paws are stretched out so he could feel that mommy is near and safe. This picture Marvin and I picked out together. After a long time and a long journey, Marvin and I are finally home. Marvin, after many years of therapy, because he would not eat in his new home, I took him to therapy. I tried everything to get him to eat. Because now he was eating with his sister Bibi. I did that's it.
You want to move to the next slide, Lisa?
I can't see it at all.
Okay, we'll move to the next slide.
When Marvin passed away suddenly, I decided to have him cremated. He will not always be with me in body, but he will be always with me in spirit.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate that. Our next speaker is Leslee Hutchinson. Leslee is an almost 63-year-old Jewish woman. She was born, bred, and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. She is the owner of Punk, Peep, and Mocha, and mother of 2 and grandmother of 3.
I'm like Lisa, I can't see that at all.
Well, you were going to have it written down separately, I think, or do you want me to read it for you?
Yes. So happy Michaela found Interface Hospitality Network. I feel at peace because Pump won't be outside. Boy, I still hate the dark, and definitely this picture. I felt alone and scared, and the only comfort was knowing Punk was safe, and I'd see her tomorrow. I'm good. Number 3. Only me. Here we go again. At least I know Punk will be fine. At least with her there, I can focus on the pain. This picture is contentment to me, happy and safe. This picture reminds me of paying it forward. Life is good.
Thank you, Leslee. That was wonderful. I'm going to be reading Ryan's slides for him. After experiencing homelessness with his dogs, Crimson and Sable, Ryan Smith is now stably housed and committed to helping others facing similar struggles. He is a street-to-stage speaker and peer advocate. He first shared his journey at My Dog is My Home's 10th anniversary celebration in Cincinnati in 2024, bringing awareness to the importance of keeping people and their pets together. Ryan credits Found House in Cincinnati for supporting his family through their toughest times. Currently, he's using art as a form of advocacy, working on a banner of decorated handkerchiefs to amplify the voices of those impacted by homelessness. This is the original story time that aired about families and their pets staying together when facing homelessness. It is also the beginning of our journey with Found House, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. From the streets to our story being featured in a nonprofit fundraising event calendar highlighting the importance of keeping families together, even though we don't all look alike. This is the day that I dropped the girls off to Garrett with Found House in Cincinnati. Garrett told me that there was no room in the shelter, but that he would keep the girls in his office. Unfortunately, he didn't know that my girls were charmers, and they went home with him that night. This is my first storytelling event with Found House for their 10-year anniversary. My personal account from A to Z of what Simpson and Sable and Crimson mean to me. I met Christine, Shoshana, and Jillian. Sable and Crimson introduced themselves to everybody. This was the day that I was reunited with my 2 girls, Sable and Crimson, after being homeless. Garrett brought the 2 girls to our very first apartment in Cincinnati, a family reunion. The handkerchief has played an important role in many people's lives throughout history, especially with homeless people, because normally all of us have one. I utilize these handkerchiefs to tell stories and to connect with other people who have issues related to the definition of the handkerchief, which is to cover. Next, we're going to move on to Colby's pictures. Colby has been sober for 15 years and has dedicated her life to helping people with animals while they go into treatment. Her home is currently filled with 22 dogs and 19 cats of other people. She works in treatment and is a member of Cocaine Anonymous. She travels around the world to share her experience. She is the mother of 2 adult girls. Oops, am I reading? Yeah, 2 adult girls and 1 3-year-old grandson.
That's me. All right, this dog is a domestic violence survivor. We've had him since a puppy. He is now 7 years old. His name is Jackson. He's been through thick and thin. My dog is my home.
This little doggie was given to me at the age of 8 months old, and she's now 1.5. She has spinal meningitis and is on a treatment to get well. I will always be there for her. Her name's Chalew. This is a day in the life at my home in Mesa, Arizona. We have 22 dogs and 19 cats, as stated. We serve the community by watching people's pets while they go into treatment. I am eternally grateful for my sobriety, and I'll do whatever I can to help others. My dog is my home. Just a little picture of what it looks like to have homemade pancakes on a Saturday. Everybody enjoys breakfast here. My dog is my home. I love every single one of these creatures in this photo. I was gone on vacation for 2 weeks, and when I came back home, I was greeted with the most love. My dog is my home.
Thank you so much, Colby.
Of course.
So next I'm going to introduce Irene. Irene is a former SEIU representative, lifelong New Yorker, and dog mom, amongst many other things. She recently resided in a homeless shelter for almost a year. Irene wants to make a positive impact and a difference in the lives of those who have experienced and or those who are experiencing what she experienced while being separated from her fur baby. Her hope is that she can bring about change in the shelter system while enlightening and empowering others to fight for change as well.
On Saturday, February 8th, 2025, my 11-year-old Yorkie Poo Prince William and I became homeless for the first time in our lives. Although I was able to temporarily secure Prince a home with someone I knew personally, he was absolutely devastated by our separation. And whenever I would visit him, he appeared to be riddled with fatigue, depression, and separation anxiety. After being separated for a while, an advocate from Animal Care Centers of New York stepped in and was able to expedite paperwork I needed to have Prince in the shelter with me. Prince was able to move into the shelter with me on Friday, April 18th, 2025. Although Prince is my emotional support animal, many of the women in the shelter we stayed in informed me that they had to surrender their fur babies while they became homeless, and Prince became an emotional support to them as well. While we were in the shelter, Prince became ill and diagnosed with an enlarged prostate. Animal Care Centers of New York, ACCNY, stepped in and awarded a grant for Prince to be seen at Riverside Animal Hospital. He was tested for many things and was temporarily treated with medication. ACCNY made Prince an emergency appointment to be neutered, which saved his life. ACCNY also provided us with dog food when we needed it, a dog stroller, which became Prince's safe haven. They provided him with his New York City registration documents and registration tag free of charge, and they provided him with updated vaccines, which were all courtesy of them, which I am forever grateful for. On October 27th, 2025, Prince and I were finally able to move out of the shelter and into our new home. Our first night home, Prince and I took pictures, which I sent to every important person in my life. One friend saw the photo and expressed to me how exhausted I looked. I explained to her that the journey of homelessness and finding a new home took a major toll on my physical and mental health, and I was just glad to have my baby by my side to encourage me and inspire me to push through every day. It's a reminder that a home is where the heart is, and my fur baby is truly my home. From the shelter to the new apartment, it was a long and hard journey, but I was able to persevere because I had a strong heart. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to read this reflection. Through these stories, we see resilience, love, and strength, while also recognizing the gaps in our systems. We see how the bond between people and their pets provides comfort, stability, and a sense of belonging. Photovoice allows us to move beyond witnessing and into advocating and into advocacy alongside those living with these experiences. This is where storytelling becomes action towards more inclusive pet-centered solutions. Thank you. So that's the end of the photo voice. We are going to move into the closing for today in just a few minutes. And then I really welcome you guys to please join us tonight for the open mic. We are having storytellers, some of the same storytellers, some other storytellers, to come and share poems and songs and actually a 3-act play with you. And we would love to have you join us for that. So thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy these photos.
Chasing the night away, never judging